Let's build the perfect Call of Duty. I'm going to go through each aspect of a standard Call of Duty game, weapons, maps, perks, movement, etc., and pick what I think would make a perfect Call of Duty title. Let's do it. Before we get started, if you're new here and looking for more Call of Duty content, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. Developer. If you asked me this 3 months ago, I would have said Treyarch in a heartbeat. But after the Black Ops 6 issues and lack of developer communication from them, I'm gonna have to say Sledgehammer Games. What they were able to do with Modern Warfare 3 post-release was incredible. The communication, the maps, the content, everything about it was fantastic and should have been the normal moving forward. But here we are, 3 months later, and Treyarch can't even answer questions about everything that's killing their game, primarily the cheaters. We'll have an answer in Season 2, which is a month away. Sorry, that's not good enough. People are leaving and players don't trust you anymore. I've also lost faith in Infinity Ward. They're in their own little universe where mini-maps and movement skill gaps don't exist. Sledgehammer Games is my choice for developer on my perfect Call of Duty. Movement is a big part of Call of Duty now, but people forget the jetpack era had the biggest skill gap, so if I'm choosing movement, it's likely gonna be from that era, and in my opinion, it was the smoothest in Infinite Warfare. But everyone hates Infinite Warfare, so it's a tough one to justify. I'm gonna stick with my guns on this one and say Infinite Warfare movement for my perfect Call of Duty. This was the third attempt at a jetpack game, and in my opinion, they perfected the movement. Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 were a little bit jerky, but Infinite Warfare movement was so smooth and everything flowed so well. Great jump shot movement, wall run to wall run movement, sliding in any direction, fast ADS times, fast sprint out times. Everything about the Infinite Warfare movement was so smooth. Maybe a hot take, but Infinite Warfare was a good game. So I'm choosing IW movement in my perfect Call of Duty. One thing Call of Duty has been lacking lately, especially at launch, is great maps. I'm going to do the impossible here and choose 12 maps from Call of Duty's past in no particular order, finding a balance between fun pub map and good competitive map to make the perfect COD. I'm not gonna lie, I had like 35 maps written down here, so I'm gonna do my best to get this down. Starting with Terminal from Modern Warfare 2. This is undoubtedly an iconic map in the franchise. Some may say it's overused, but it's the perfect map for pubs and having high kill games. Plus, we know it works great with advanced movement because it was in Infinite Warfare. Next, we have Firing Range, another iconic map and great pub map. Firing Range is always a good time no matter what game it's in. Next, we have Raid. There's honestly not much to say about Raid. Probably the best COD map ever made in my opinion. It speaks for itself. Slums. Again, iconic. One of the greatest pub maps ever made and solid competitive map as well. Not sure how it would play with advanced movement, but I can't leave it off the list. Standoff. Man, Black Ops 2 has some good maps. Holy shit. This is probably my second favorite map ever behind Raid. It plays great on all modes in pubs and comp. Standoff should be in every game. Redwood, an absolute blast with advanced movement and such a good search and destroy map. If this map could talk, man, so many good times. Breach, a Black Ops 3 competitive staple with plenty of wall run moments, intense search and destroy moments, and pub stomping. Breach is one of the best maps in Black Ops 3. Fringe, an underrated gem from one of the best games of all time. Insane wall run snipes, snipe offs from barn to grandma's house. Fringe keeps you on your toes and there's never a dull moment. Throwback. Had to put one from Infinite Warfare in here. I'm an Infinite Warfare guy and it didn't deserve the hate it got in my opinion. Throwback is an awesome competitive map and plays well in Hardpoint and Search. We had it good back in the day and we didn't even know it. London Docks. Probably one of the best designed maps ever. This is what every developer should look at when designing new maps. It plays perfectly on Search and Hardpoint and was great for running around killing Christmas noobs. Remember those? Frequency from Black Ops 4. Another very well designed map and one that plays well on every single mode. And lastly, don't hate me on this, Breenberg Hotel. I had to have at least one new era map in here, and Breenberg was always a blast to play in ranked play, despite being on one of the worst CODs ever made. A very bright spot on a very dark year. Obviously, we're missing a lot of great maps here, but I think this is a great blend of fun pub maps and great competitive maps. The weapons are what make every Call of Duty what they are. I'm sure we all have a favorite weapon from every game in the franchise, and probably a favorite overall. There's been no shortage of iconic weapons through the years. I'm going to try to get this down to 5 assault rifles, 5 SMGs, 2 LMGs, 2 snipers, 1 shotgun, 2 pistols, 1 launcher, and 1 melee. Starting with the assault rifles, we're going to start off with a bang and go the M8 from Black Ops 3. This will cover the burst AR category, and it covers it well. The 1 burst potential on this thing was amazing. It was overpowered without actually feeling that overpowered, if that makes any sense at all. Next up, I have to put the ACR from Modern Warfare 2 on here. This is one of the best guns ever put into Call of Duty, and 15-year-old me, along with everyone else in that game, ran lobbies with it. This gets harder and harder as I go on. But next, I'm going to say the Galil from Black Ops 1. The iron sights are some of my favorite in the franchise, and ripping around Nuketown and firing range back in the day with this gun made me feel very, very good about myself. Next, I'm going to say the Maddox from Black Ops 4, the definition of flex assault rifle. The Maddox could do it all, and is one of my all-time favorites for sure. Lastly, we're going a little out of left field with this one, the Automaton from Vanguard. There was something oddly satisfying about getting kills with it. It shoots so straight, kills so fast, it was so good. Some honorable mentions in the AR category are the M16 from COD 4, the AN94 from Black Ops 2, the Commando from Black Ops 1, the K-Bar from Infinite Warfare. Honestly, I could go on and on. There's been so many great assault rifles in Call of Duty. This was a tough one. Moving on to the SMGs. We're going to start with an all-time favorite for me and in the community, the Modern Warfare 3 MP7. Some of the cleanest iron sights ever. Using this gun actually felt like cheating with how fast it killed at all ranges. A great start to the SMG category. A lot of these are going to be from the early days of Call of Duty, so if you didn't play during that time, I apologize. Next up, we have the AK-74U from Black Ops 1. This was the best gun in the game, if I'm remembering correctly. Lobbies were dominated by it, plus you could attach a grenade launcher under barrel to it if you wanted to get real frisky. Next, we're taken from a game that was mostly disliked among the community, the MTAR X from Ghosts. Me, Strike Zone, and the MTAR was a recipe for a 100 kill game automatically. This thing was amazing. Black Ops 3 had some great SMGs, but one sticks out above the rest, and that's the VMP. A competitive COD staple, the VMP is one of my all-time favorites. Lastly, I think we have to go with an all-time classic here, the MP40. Dominant in most of the games it's in, there's something so satisfying about using the MP40. Such a unique sound, amazing iron sights, such a perfect weapon. Again, there's been so many great SMGs over the years. Some honorable mentions here are the PPSH from World War II era games, the MP5 from the Modern Warfare games, the PDW and MSMC from Black Ops 2. I could honestly go on and on, but I have to stop. Moving on to the LMGs, we're going to start with the Dingo from Black Ops 3. The Dingo had a super high fire rate and felt fast for an LMG. LMGs have grown on me over the years, and the Dingo is one of my favorites. I'm only going to include 2 LMGs, so lastly, I'll go with the RPD from Modern Warfare. The OG LMG. The RPD had a huge magazine of 100 rounds or 200 rounds in old school mode, and was an absolute laser beam. Seriously, this gun had 0 recoil for an LMG. Simpler times, man. Let's move on to the snipers. There's 2 snipers that really stand out to me in COD history. The Barrett 50 cal being one, first introduced in COD 4. The Barrett danced on the line of semi-auto and bolt action, and it was the perfect balance, making it one of the most fun guns to use in the franchise. The clips people have been able to get over the years have been crazy. It would be even crazier not to include it here. And also, the Intervention from Modern Warfare 2. This is the sniper that got most people into sniping and quickscoping. It has its place in COD history and in the perfect Call of Duty game. I'm only going to include one shotgun, and that shotgun is the SPAS 12. The SPAS 12 has been in almost every Call of Duty in some form or another. It's been used in various ways over the years as well. Sometimes it's pump action, sometimes it's semi-automatic. In Modern Warfare 3.23, it can be fired in both modes. Never feels overpowered and almost has that perfect balance you want in a shotgun. Next up, I have 2 pistols I want to include here, the RK5 from Black Ops 3 being the first. This 3-round burst pistol was so fun to use in pubs and competitive. It honestly felt a little OP, but not as OP as the Hailstorm from Infinite Warfare. I thought the RK5 was the perfect secondary. And I'm also going to include a Call of Duty legend in here, the Desert Eagle from COD 4. There was just so much power in the audio, the animation, everything about it just screamed power. As far as launchers and melee weapons go, I don't really care. I kind of like how in Black Ops 6 we can have a primary, secondary, and a melee. I like that aspect, so I think I'd keep that. And for launchers, just give me an RPG, and let's be on our way. Moving on to the streaks. First off, I would have the option to toggle kill and score streaks, and we will have the option for a specialist bonus as well. There was no better feeling than hearing specialist bonus achieved in Modern Warfare 3. The fact this wasn't included in many CODs moving forward is an absolute travesty. Looking at the streaks themselves, I'm going to include 3 support streaks and 5 lethal streaks. Starting with the support streaks, we're going to keep it simple here and go UAV, counter UAV, and orbital VSAT / advanced UAV. As for lethal streaks, there's some fairly iconic ones throughout the franchise. The first one that sticks out to me is the RCXD from Black Ops 1. Easy to get and usually good for at least 1 kill, sometimes maybe 2. Next, another iconic streak, the Predator missile from Modern Warfare 2. Again, easy to get at 5 kills, super effective at getting 1 or 2 kills. Next, another absolute classic, the AC-130 from Modern Warfare 2. This thing was a beast and so fun to use. To finish these last 2 off, I'm actually going to go for 2 AI-controlled streaks. The first being the Raps from Black Ops 3. Essentially, these replaced attack dogs as it was a bit more animal friendly. Once you got these, it was over. They were so damn good. Lastly, one of the greatest streaks in COD history, the Black Ops 2 Swarm. I remember rip and kill confirmed on raid and getting a swarm every game just from collecting tags. And once they were called in, it was the greatest thing I've ever seen and heard. The other team would leave almost every time, but it was worth it. One final note here, I would also have streaks wrappable in the same life to make going for nukes a little bit easier, like back in the good old days. And as for nukes, let's go with the Moab from Modern Warfare 3. I only ever got 2, but they felt amazing. Mastery camos have been a huge part of Call of Duty for a while now, with the first true Mastery camo being introduced in Black Ops 2 with Diamond camo after you unlocked Gold camo for every gun in that weapon class. The same as how it works today. We all know this process to unlock the camos as some form of grind, and that grind can either make you or break you. It always involves some form of challenge, normally headshots. Personally, I think the Black Ops 6 camo grind process is great. 100 headshots with each weapon and then a specific challenge to get gold, diamond, and the mastery camos. It's the perfect balance between grind and I don't want to play this game anymore. As far as the camos themselves, Black Ops 4 probably had the most unique camos with diamond and dark matter changing color as you got kills, which was a crazy cool feature, don't get me wrong, but I gotta go with my all-time favorite multiplayer mastery camo, Dark Matter from Black Ops 3. This was my first mastery camo I ever unlocked, and it holds a special place in my heart. Easy choice for me. Features come and go in Call of Duty. Some leave when they should stay, and some stay when they should leave. What features would I include in the perfect Call of Duty? For starters, no skill-based matchmaking. Let's be done with that. Next, we're going back to the Pick 10 system. This actually makes me angry because this was supposed to be in Modern Warfare 3, but Activision kiboshed it and wouldn't let Sledgehammer do it. Another common Activision L. We have to keep traditional prestige in there. I think Black Ops 6 did a decent job, but the blueprints kind of defeat the purpose a little bit, so I would want the Black Ops 3 traditional prestige. Permanent unlock tokens, everything resets, no blueprints, 10 prestiges, master prestige, the classics do it better anyway. I'm going to quickly touch on perks here as well. Just give me 100% dead silence, and we're well on our way. Another feature we need is the option to turn crossplay off. Why are we still being forced to play with hackers? Make it make sense, man. Come on. And lastly, give me Black Ops 1 wager matches. Imagine the chaos and intensity of playing a wager match for COD points. Picture it. 1v1, round 11, search and destroy, 10,000 COD points on the line, and you choke. You know what? Maybe this isn't a great idea. Scratch that. Ranked play is a big part of Call of Duty to some people. It's actually still very niche in the overall community, but it's what keeps me going for a long period of time as the life cycle continues. I'm not going to talk very much on it, but World War II rank play was amazing. Shout out Ryan Bacardi. If you know, you know. Our MMR was visible, we only played people close to our MMR value. No 4 stacks, no crossplay, holy damn, take me back. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, my perfect Call of Duty multiplayer. There are some iconic maps, streaks, guns, camos, and features here that have made my Call of Duty experience throughout the years one to remember. While we'll never actually have the perfect Call of Duty, since everyone has a different definition of perfect, it's nice to celebrate the rich history that Call of Duty has with a video like this. I've given a lot of my life to this franchise, and I want to celebrate it where possible. Cheers to the perfect Call of Duty. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. We'll chat then.